number one, filming our Genshin Impact in real life video. We're going full anime style. We've never done a full action sequence anime style. I've done a lot of action, but not anime. So bringing both worlds together based on the hit game Genshin Impact, which has a very anime vibe. So we thought this would be like a good way to tell that story. And we're filming in a beautiful location in Utah.
For most of the part, there's a lot of fight scenes going on in this, so it's going to be me versus Braxton, Braxton versus Michaela, Michaela versus me, all of us versus Denali. It's just like so much fighting.
This is just so we can practice without wrecking the actual spear. We're using this to line it up, and then we're going to use the actual props as little as possible for longevity. Hearts and souls to the cause.
2, 1, go!
We have a gradle coming in today, which is what you use for doing wire and stunt work, or that you can use. So we got some Hollywood filmmakers, Hollywood stunt guys coming together to make some really cool stuff happen for you guys.
You have an anchor point up above, overhead. You have your performer on a line or multiple lines, and then you manipulate them with a whole pool team and like a rigging team. Kalen being blown across the field. He's gonna hit the dirt, get up. Michaela's right behind him, and he's gonna take off and do some anime runs, just like a bunch of unnatural movement that like defies gravity. So we have Benny Alexander here, who's a rigger extraordinaire, and he's gonna be helping Kalen to hit those super unnatural anime positions. We don't wanna run into like unexpected problems because you're going to no matter what. So you want to work out as many as you can beforehand. So what we do is we do something called previs. Well, we'll choreograph it, we'll film it, we'll find like angles that work, things that work, what we like, what we don't like, and we'll edit it together, and we'll try to make all the mistakes there beforehand so we know what we're up against before we actually show up on set and in the costumes. You know, we just want to know what to look out for.
I'm setting up all the stuff on our gradle so that way we can do all these rigs. He gets exploded back, running along the ground, doing some slides and some cool things, and so to make it feel kind of extra anime.
I actually have never done wire work before. At first glance, I feel like I'd be good at wire work because I have a lot of flip experience, but I've been told by the people that are good at flips that wire work is completely different from doing flips on your own. You have to let it do everything for you, and it's just a really weird thing to get used to. So I'm prepared to feel a lot of unexpected feelings I've never felt before.
We are having him do a slide back and then jump through the air. The problem is with these sandals, that goes the exact opposite way of the sandals like to stay on your feet. We're trying some interesting duct tape ideas to get his foot to stick on there easier, and if we can get it, then it'll be wonderful.
I built it out of wood, but the wood slats in the middle there to give it more of a anime looking vibe. I didn't make them look realistic, they're just kind of stylized, and so I did all that and the header out of foam.
For this, it's very natural, very simple, so we just keep, you know, everyone looking fresh and not too sweaty. A little bit of eyeliner on our leading lady, and other than that, we're just very simple. And we were able to find some good base wigs, get them color corrected, and then Kayla went ahead and pre-styled them based on the art we were provided.
The wardrobe contains so many elaborate pieces, tons of accessories, headpieces, and figuring out how to make everything work, flow together, stay on while these stunts are happening in flips.
Denali did a side flip in the freaking sketchy costumes. I don't even know how he does it.
It's like a sauna, and it's like also really heavy, and you get blinded as soon as it like drops down a little bit. So pretty much my role is just to be the bad guy. The heroes find that there's a reward for my character, so they all start fighting each other to go get the reward. There's definitely a lot more weight on my head, and it's kind of blind. I mean, I've been doing parkour for 8 years, so I have a lot of pretty good air awareness, so I have a decent idea of where I am in the air. It's just a little weird trying to spot where the ground is sometimes, but it works. If I'm just doing really basic stuff, my brain knows pretty well like where in the air I am.
So we want to be as true to the game as we can. So I take the video game and then everything happens so fast with the visuals. So I slowed it down to 30% and then I'm watching it almost frame by frame just to make sure as much of the movement that we can replicate, we're trying to do that.
For all the specialty slow motion shots, we're shooting on the Phantom VO 4K. It's a high-speed camera, so its main thing is it just shoots like super slow motion. So this one shoots at 4K at 1,000 frames per second. And the reason we would shoot that is a lot of times there's a lot of motions or moves that are too fast to see when you're shooting a normal 24 frames a second. So if you slow that down to 1,000 frames, you can get like little intricate moments. Like for example, we're using this in a second for like when Kalen's rushing out, you know, to kind of just emphasize like his speed. We're gonna slow it down, we're gonna blow his hair with like a leaf blower and kind of just get that like real anime look. A lot of anime stuff goes like super slow.
In these fight scenes and everything that we're trying to do in the next 3 days for the video, we will be bringing it straight from the video game and trying to do it live. So every move, every pose, every little wind blowing in the hair, like super anime style, going to try to match the game as much as we can. And yeah, we're just gonna do our best and try not to criticize us too hard. On this project, we're bringing back the traditional geisha shoe. For stunt work, this is not the best shoe to be able to run and work and fight in. So we have different options that we use. We have this other shoe that actually has the blocks on 2 sides. And then when I do like the heavy running and lots of movement, I will be wearing my sneakers.
Day 2 of the Genshin Impact shoot. Super excited. We're at this beautiful pond here. You can see this is where we're going to film another fight scene right around the pond. Really awesome stuff today at this location. So this is all one property. We're filming the whole shoot at this one property.
We got Devin right here, our professional cabbage thrower. You guys watch this. You want to see it? Watch what happens. And action!
Today is our last day. We're finishing off the parkour chase scene right now, and then we're gonna move on to the fight scene with Kalen and Braxton's character, and then a 3-on-1 fight with all 3 characters and Denali's character.
So this is a leaf blower, supposed to blow leaves.
Or feather blower.
Yes, or
depending on who you talk to.
Now we can use it for feather blowing, and we can handful of feathers. And she throws her fan out. It kind of in the game shoots this like graphic, and she has wings come out, and there's feathers behind her. So we're trying to replicate that here for our live action and make it look just like the game.
This is a Genshin Impact video game player. How many characters have you earned?
I can't count that high.
Over. For real? It's not a game, it's an addiction.
It's I can quit anytime I want though.
Trying to get as many different locations as we can get in the time span that we have. It just breaks everything up. So we're filming by the pond, filming in a big beautiful green trail, and now in the dead Utah summer heat, 100-degree weather. So definitely everything keeps it interesting, keeps it visual. We also have like the big open vistas, which is also really fun. And it's the end of the scene, so we're up high kind of looking down at the rest of the world. So it's all about visual appeal. One of the things he throws is cabbages. We thought it'd be really funny, throw just a ton of cabbages. So we had to go through several different stores and buy all the cabbages they had.
I'm gonna take a cabbage to the face.
It's gonna look glorious on screen.
Chuck him, chuck him, chuck him, try and hurt him.
Got him hooked up in here on spreader bar so his lines can stay apart so he can flip through it. Got it running up to our cage on our petty bone over here, bounced to here so that we can pull down. Basically we have an ascender here as a good handle just for grip. It's kind of cool because he's on a downhill, so when we put weight into it, he wants to swing to the bottom of the pendulum, so it's kind of just a swing. But then we start to let it out on the back end. He's gonna stab his staff into the ground. We're gonna give a little pop and he's gonna flip around to his feet, ready for action.
When you design costumes for stunt performers, you need to take in certain considerations because they are making wild movements and they're jumping off of things, they're being harnessed. you need to make sure that the costumes can withstand that sort of stress. And sometimes that just doesn't happen because you're dealing with fabrics and there's a limit. You pick up tricks all the time. Every shoot is different, and so you're always learning, you're always problem solving, and it's never the same. And so, and it's fun because you have to think up things on the fly.
You've caught a creature before?
No, I caught a lizard in Taiwan.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
With a rope?
Yes.
So this isn't her first rodeo. This is Leilani, our child actress. She is the one that catches the big reward, and she kind of comes out of nowhere. We see her at the very beginning, and she comes out in the very end. And we thought it was really fun, because normally you see like the heroes, they're the winners, but we wanted it to be the everyday person. So Leilani is the one that ends up with the big reward. We just thought it'd be a really fun twist of seeing these three heroes fighting, doing everything they can, and then Leilani catches it.
There has to be tension on the line, you know what I mean? Pick your leg all the way up, as high as you can. Don't do the fall yourself. You're gonna feel tension on it, and then it's just gonna take you.
I'm gonna capture the monster, and I'm gonna probably swing out because he's very heavy and I'm using my weight to capture him.
Alright, so that is a wrap filming our Genshin Impact in real life video with this incredible cast and crew! But everyone came together to make this happen, so thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely check out the links down below in the description. Over and out, baby.
We love you.
The people with the nice comments.
We love you.
People with the mean comments, you guys can go to hell.